Gatewood has been running this two-back veer. I know they got in a little split backs this year, which was kind of interesting. It's been a long time since they've changed from the eye. They will go gun some, but Gatewood comes out and what they would call pro right.
We got it.
Quarterback follow there on the.
Yeah, I don't know if that was designed midline and he just went ahead and pulled it quick. They are known for running the midline and veer, but blocking it a lot of different ways. You know, everybody thinks they only run one or two plays, but it really ends up becoming a lot of plays because they block it a variety of ways.
It looks like the Hornets are starting Dean Massey at middle linebacker this week. I know Cameron Cohnback has had a bit of an injury. I think he may be able to go tonight, but they've chosen to go with Massey to start. Got the veer to the right. I think the Hornets have hemmed that up, though. That's going to leave them in a 3rd and long. And I know for a fact, you can speak to this, Coach. I don't know that Gatewood is as strong a passing team as maybe they have in the past, but you want them to play 3rd and long. That's obviously to any defense's advantage, but particularly against an option team.
Absolutely, you want them to play 3rd and long because, for number one, Luke Haley, I believe it was his name, was a 3-year starter, 3-year state champion, and so with a new quarterback, I'm sure throwing, and this offense is not his specialty.
Gators in the I formation again, and they're going to run a little quick pitch, and that's just there's nothing doing there. Met immediately by the Hornets.
Looks like Luke White, 55.
Luke White, 55. And I keep trying to say Trojans, Coach, because our little middle school team is playing Titanol on Monday, and they're on my brain, so I don't know why. But
and they got gold pants and gold hats, too.
I know. So the Gators will line up to punt from their own 39. Ryan Powers back deep to receive. Again, I want to apologize for some early audio difficulties. We may have missed it when we came on the air. This is Coach Ken Fowler calling the game with Coach Rhett Farmer.
Left up back for Gatewood, moving early.
But thank you for joining us. I want to thank J.J. Siegel and all his hard work, along with Brett Taylor by phone with maybe on some pain meds, just fighting through it. Way to go, Brett, helping us out, get this thing rolling. So we're off and going. Now we're looking at a 4th and 11, punting away. Westfield kind of stacked up, but they might be coming after this one. Oh, they got a free run and a bad snap. Dean Massey's going to be the first one there. Makes a man miss. Got him hemmed up. Oh, ball's loose. And the Hornets will take over with great field position to start their first drive, looking at like the 27-yard line going in, and you couldn't ask for a better start there from the Hornets. A great defensive stop, and now a turnover with great plus field position.
Man, that's kind of one of those weird plays. A tweener because he's running and then he fumbles. Hornets come out and
little trips look. They've got a few things they thought they liked this week, and they come and the quarterback pulls it. That's the quarterback pulls it on the stretch. It's a little outside zone read, I believe, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can hardly tell. Sometimes when you watch it, at the collegiate level, is it the stretch? Is he reading it? And then you'll sometimes get a backside guard flapping, and they'll run what they call the power read that Nick, what was the kid at Wilcox County? So Nick Marshall at Auburn,
that's right.
Kind of in the Gus Malzahn era.
So same formation here. Sorry, Coach. Same formation, but they've moved Porter Falk as a halfback over to the side with the trips.
Looks like inside zone.
That pulls it. Good read by Kirkland. A great little dead leg move there, as we like to call it, to bounce outside. It's going to give us 3rd and manageable, about maybe 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
A couple of weeks ago here at home against Terrell, Coach, you called that game. He was so special in space, just the ability to cut. He is hard to hem down in space. So it was a really good tackle by the Gator player there.
Yeah, Hunter is a great athlete, number one, but he has a certain the kids would call it swagger to him. He kind of comes on the field thinking that, he's the guy, and he doesn't. You have to play with that what I call athletic arrogance. But anyway, here we go. Line up. Got a little jet motion to Noah Blackman. He's going to get the edge and easily have a first down. and able to get forced out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. So the Hornets are in business inside the 10.
Cole Miller had a really good block, sustained that block because that play was kind of, it takes a while to get to that edge. But Cole Miller really doing a good job reaching there, getting his hands on his guy, fitting up. We look really good on the run fits there.
Someone on our right side made the play bubble a little bit, but they weren't able to close the gap. And Noah's speed really kind of took over. Playing with a tight end now. Powers down to tight end. No, little quarterback counter. Beautiful play. Set up perfectly. Little counter step by Kirkley. Holds the defense, and he's able to walk in, hardly touched. Hornets up early, 6-0, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. Wow. This offense has been really ticking lately, and that looks to continue to be the trend tonight.
We kind of saw that a little last year, and it's kind of happened again. You have a change of offense, and you come in, and yes, there's you have some early kind of growing problems as you kind of figure things out. But it looks like here with last week, and then the week before with Terrell, and then the last week at Briarwood, and again early tonight, looks like we have really kind of found our spot here with this offense, Coach Robinson and
Jackson Slade with the extra point. Man, that guy's worked really hard, gotten better at his craft. Good protection up front. Special teams off to a pretty good start as well.
Absolutely. Now 37 is, it's an odd number for a quarterback. I guess maybe not so much so in the GSA, but you don't see a lot of double-digit, higher than 19 quarterback numbers. But
yeah,
he was obviously a skill guy of some sort, maybe a wingback or maybe not a wingback, a slot guy or a tailback in last year's team. But he's the returner on the right side we kicked to last time. And I'm gonna guess maybe we don't want to kick it to him, but I don't know. Just see how they line up.
37, Landon Wilson, a senior. I think the last time I might have been to a game where a number higher than 19 played quarterback. I'm sure there was somewhere else, but I remember going to a Georgia-Tennessee game one year. Heath Schuler. Remember that name?
Yeah, well, 26 maybe?
I thought it was like 20 maybe.
Well, who played quarterback with a higher number? We played Pinewood several years ago. They had a 40. Remember that? He also played nose. He played nose and quarterback. Well, anyway, kind of unique thing we see in our league from time to time.
Hopefully our young linemen aren't listening to this. They'll be petitioning us.
Correct. All right, Jackson Slade set to kick it deep here. He tries the other returner this time. Really good kick. That ball dives right there. Perfect spot.
What a great directional kick.
Defended very well. It's got him pinned deep.
Who was that on the tackle? I want to get some love for our guys. He's kind of coming up gimpy. 56, like Carson Martin.
Carson Martin, and I think I saw Neil on that play.
Yeah, I'm still learning some of these young guys' numbers.
Neil O'Brien may be in on some of that, along with. Yeah, I'm kind of looking these numbers up. Harper Shelton may be in on the play as well. So several guys in on the action, and we've got him pinned deep here. Let's see if we can. Keep him deep and get the ball back.
Gatewood's, three straight plays in a row in pro right. Kind of not going to change much. Just a little.
Trying to hit a little pass, right.
Little fades both ways. That was just a two-receiver route, so they max protected it. You got a tight end staying in protected, and you got both the fullback and tailback protecting.
37, their quarterback, Landon Wilson, based on some of the scouting reports I've talked to a couple of coaches I know, and great athlete, really does a good job with their veer and their offense. He's not quite the passer they've had in the past. I think that's fair to say. But I don't want to cut the kid any slack. But and they give a head on the we got to wrap up.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the students today said, Coach, when's your first movie quote tonight? And I guess remember the Titans when he says it's just like Novocaine. And that's how those veer and midline teams are. You're not going to change much over and over, and they hope it pops.
It just requires so much discipline. You have to tackle that fullback every time. And, those linemen know that. And we were there. He just slipped through an arm tackle. So right back to it. Pulls it this time. Little midline.
Yeah, you got to be really inside out there. You notice the quarterback cuts back there, and I know Coach Kinsler he's defended when he was at Northside, he defended the split back veer all the time. Thomas County Central used to run it. They had some epic matchups with them, and he always talks about those linebackers being inside out, not over pursuing it, and we looked like we kind of got on the wrong shoulder of that cue there, and he squirted up in there.
I switched over to like a pro left look here, a little quick pitch there.
Downhill toss.
That's nice. A lot of power run there, and they end up getting enough for the first down, it looks like.
That looked like LSU. Remember the little downhill?
That's right.
It's almost a kick out, but it was really downhill and beak out.
You put a lot of faith into your tailback there to catch that little quick pitch, that because it's on you in a hurry. Any bobble, and that ball might be kicked around all kinds of places. Gatewood goes back to the pro right look that we've seen most of the night.
See, what guys do we have? Learning our guys still new at this.
There's the midline again.
We're playing it. We're tackling the fullback. You got Luke White and
I guess they had not
50,
gotten.
Seth Andrews getting in on the fullback, but he pulls it.
I think I misspoke earlier. Actually, it was second and short there, or third and short. And now it's first down. So.
Yeah, for Gatewood, they obviously have to understand our offense is very explosive. So they just want to grind clock and make the game shorter.
Absolutely. Again in the pro left set. And the eye. Little toss action. To number 7. We're there to stuff it out. Just got to finish the play. And we rally to it.
Cole Miller working down the line. Really good job there.
Love to see the big guys run, Coach.
Yep. Getting off the ball and then flattening out.
But that keeps them off schedule a little bit, but leaves them in second and 9. And you're absolutely right. Gatewood's game plan has got to be just to grind the clock. Look up at halftime and go, gosh, Westfield thinking, oh, my gosh, we've only had 2 or 3 possessions, But just got to get them off the field. If we can get the ball back and get ahead by 2 scores, it's really going to put Gatewood, with the type of offense they run, a little behind the 8 ball. Pro right again to the field. There's the veer. Strung out well, but we don't have anybody on the pitch. Billy Jack comes up, makes a tackle, along with great hustle from 26. Is that Bishop Smallwood?
Yep, 26 is Bishop Smallwood. Manageable for us, third and 5.
3rd and 5 to me with our defense is good for our defense, but it's also for them is probably a manageable offensively.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're 2 down territory, or they go midline.
Ball's on the ground.
Loose.
Ball's still loose, and Gatewood ends up on it, but they end up losing yardage on the play.
Gatewood has a really, probably not a tough decision here if you're Gatewood. You're thinking maybe field position. Wouldn't shock me if they went for it, but
looks like they're bringing in the punter, number 5.
It's really not
Blake Calloway. Coach, I'm getting old. I have to take my glasses off to read the roster and put them back on to see the action.
Preach it, brother. I have to keep looking and taking them off too.
Looks like we're playing punt safe. Coach Kinsler yelling out, play safe. Expect, be ready for the fake. Kind of a pooch kick. That's when they're going to get away from. Oh, that's a great Gatewood bounce, though.
Oh, it hit the player.
It did.
That's dead.
I don't know that they saw it.
It's a couple of yards, but
looks like about to start playing about the 17 or 18-yard line coming out. Westfield ball. And you will see what we can do with this electric offense again.
What's that, JJ? We're getting some technical. JJ's beside us.
JJ Siegel, technology wizard.
Gatewood's. It'll be interesting to see how Gatewood adjusts because they're not going to change how their front lines up.
The only thing that changes for them is their defensive end widens out like he is now to our trips. So we've got the trips strong look, and we're going with the zone again. We dropped the football, but Kirkley fell back on it.
Yeah, number 55 for Gatewood kind of in there making him pull it, Cam Huskins.
Well, Coach, I'd expect soon to see some sort of quick screen or some passing game. And it looks like, playing a lot of man coverage here. Wouldn't maybe be surprised to see if they try to sneak somebody past these guys. Power's lined up at tight end now, by the way, in like a tray set.
We're in that little tray set.
Falk's first is that his first carry of the game?
I think it is his first carry.
He always runs the ball so hard.
Yep.
Now we're in that 3rd and 5 situation that Gatewood just found themselves in.
I remember when Porter Falk was a freshman down at Pinewood and ran the ball very hard, and you were like, wow, this guy's going to be really special, downhill, physical, tough, workhorse. And so obviously he's had a great year last year and having a really good this year. We're in that same
Westfield,
tray set.
Same set. Pulls a little play action. Oh, he's got Noah Blackman. If he can get, what a great play. He's gone. He's through the house. Noah Blackman on a beautiful ball from Kirkley on the seam route. And just outruns the defender and drops it in the basket.
Our quarterback, and I feel like I'm still
Hunter Kirkley,
Hunter Kirkley. I mean, he just throws. You see how the ball hangs up and turns over, and I think too much is made about how hard a guy can fire it in there. I've never seen him not throw a ball. I mean, I'm sure he has, but he just throws it with great touch, and that hung up there, and he just kind of gave Noah time to run under it.
Especially with a guy like Noah Blackman. And you think about Ryan Powers and those guys that are so fast. Just throw it up there and let them run under it. Use that speed. Noah's got just an electric speed. Little high snap. Brody does a good job of getting it down. Brody McDaniel.
Brody works hard at holding.
Kick is good. 14-0. Hornets up early. I was talking to some of the guys in my study hall today, and I told them, I said, listen, they're going to fight you to the last buzzer, to the final horn. Gatewood will. But it's going to be tough for them if we can get out on them early. So
they went with that tray set, and what they do is they just stretch you and they run that vertical, and you got several verticals going there, and the fact that we protected well, play action with it as well, kind
play
of
action
freezes
holds the linebackers, and it's you mentioned protection, and I should definitely mention that as an old O-line coach. Time to throw is big. Completed pass. There's so many elements that have to go into it. Good snap, catch the snap, good protection. All those things have to happen before the quarterback can even spin the ball. And once that happens, you got to catch it. So all those things are important. So let's not overlook the O-line and know the significant role they played there. On a 3rd and 5 play, that was big. If we don't connect there, we're punting the ball back, and Gatewood's down one.
And they would have had decent field position.
Absolutely.
Jackson Slade.
That was a great kick last time. It's going to be hard to top that one.
Spiral. Little spiral. Going to be effective, though. That's sort of a
big hit, but I think it was a friendly fire situation.
Yeah, who was in on that tackle?
One of our guys blocked their guy into him, so I'm not sure who gets credit there, but looks like the ball's going to be spotted on about the 32-yard line coming out. And look, if you're the Westfield defense right here, you got to smell blood in the water.
Yep.
You got to pin them right here, get the ball back, and let's put this thing, not out of reach, obviously, with this much game left. But you were to get up 21-0, you'd feel really good. So
Cameron Calmback being the signal caller for the Hornet defense. They go outside veer.
There's the outside veer. And the fullback cut it back a little bit there, too.
We've got Luke White and Bryant Greer on the tackle. So they can go midline, they can go inside veer, but that looked a little more outside.
Gain of 12 or so on the play. So first down for the Gators, approaching midfield at the 44-yard line.
But, the great thing is they give you a different look, and at least it's not a home run, and you just bleed slowly. That's outside veer.
Same play,
again,
ball's
fumble.
on the ground. Quarterback falls back on it, but they actually end up gaining a yard on that play.
And that's what's so hard. It looks like it's simple, like it's just a handoff to the fullback, but that quarterback is reading the last defender on the line of scrimmage, and that mesh you have to work over and over and over. And option teams, especially with a young quarterback, fumble quite a bit.
I can't hear you.
Having a little technical difficulty. Coach Fowler's headset. They go outside veer again to the left, and we've got a host of Hornets there. Bishop Smallwood.
A great play. And who's that getting up at the bottom of the pile? Brady Greer, yeah.
Brody coming in and getting after it. So now Gatewood's got a real decision to make. You're down 2 scores.
3rd and 9. Do they open it up, or they just try to run the veer again here? And this also could be a situation where maybe they try a trick play. You're kind of in that green zone, coach, where you can kind of go take a shot here if you need to, as well. So
you probably got nothing to lose if you get a little something here.
And we got a little something different. So they're in a twin set over there with a kind of a stacked eye over to the side.
It's just going to be a sprint out right.
And you dropped the ball.
sprint out right because he went in the back, and they went what they call it's a little banana route by the slot guy. They'll run that the first receiver from the sideline ran a little out, and the slot guy runs kind of a corner route, and that's tough to defend, especially that might have been a new look.
We kind of got a little lost in our man coverage, I think, for all of the great athlete that Ryan Powers is, this is really his first year playing defensive back, and he looks like maybe he got his feet kind of twisted up there trying to chase that banana route.
But if you're getting Gatewood in those sets, you're playing well.
Absolutely.
That is not what they want to do.
There's the outside veer again, it looks like.
Bishop Smallwood.
Bishop Smallwood called his name several times already. He is having a good night.
And that's your man, Seth.
Is it Seth Andrews there?
Old.
Nope, that's Brady Greer, I think, Coach.
Yeah, I saw that 0. That's 3-0. And there was – so, obviously, we're fitting the veer pretty well and know our stuff with it.
Now you have to bow your neck. Hold them. They're not in field goal range, but, keep them out of the end zone here. Got first split backs. First split back look.
They showed that against John Millers this year. Wow.
Tackle the fullback.
The
Tanner
king,
Roberson.
The king.
Homecoming king himself.
And 18. All right, so it's 18. I don't know that. I'm learning them.
Oh, that's Cooper Avery. He's in my study hall, Coach. Great kid. He's new to us this year. He came over from Warner Robins High School, and he is a great kid, junior. Cooper Avery got great size.
Our front has got a lot of experience, some beef up there, and they play hard as well as a lot of the others do.
Gatewood, I'm sure, in 4-down territory here. Here's the veer again. Quarterback keeps it and takes a lick for his trouble. Brady Greer really finished that off.
Bryant down in there. They went veer weak then.
Looks like a Greer brothers tandem tackle.
Absolutely. Have you seen the Greer brothers' hair lately?
The flow is strong, Coach.
It's sort of it's kind of got a colonial feel about the hair.
Colonial.
Just kind of wavy.
The history guy just doesn't ever go away. Big play here for both sides here. 4th down and 2. Gatewood really needs this. This would be a good stop for the Hornets as well.
Guys, we're down in a 5-man front, Coach. So we went different front.
Little boot. Keep. And Coach, I'm gonna. This is gonna sound a little odd from I'm a homer here. I'm big time for the Hornets, obviously, but I got to give you boy credit. That's a great call there. Gutsy, it's a great call. Knows we're going.
Quarterback had look to everybody. It looks like play action pass, but that was run from the get go.
No doubt. Never even pulled it up. The ball was tucked as he turned his shoulders.
Absolutely.
Gutsy call because if we don't bite on the fake, he's going to get hit in the mouth.
He's going to hit in the backfield, and you just turn the ball over. Now Gatewood's down around the 10, and
it is goal to go. They've dropped the chains, and there's the midline give. They just swallow it up.
55's in there. Luke White, Bryant. Who's getting up off the ground? It's
got to be Roberson in there somewhere. Cole Miller. You can just about call his name every time there's a tackle made at line scrimmage. And that's going to end your first quarter. Hornets up 2 scores, 14-0. But Gatewood on the drive. I want to apologize for some early audio difficulties we may have had. We're not 100% sure what you were able to hear, what you could or could not hear. But this is Ken Fowler and Rhett Farmer on the call tonight. Our boy Brett Taylor.
All right,
Brett Taylor couldn't be here tonight. So we're going to try to run a commercial real quick right here, I think.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a
Wait, I'm looking. Okay, and we're back.
I think we might have missed the play.
We might have missed the first play, but it was a little run around the right side for a short gain, little veer to the right for a short gain. Looking at third down now from the 6, or maybe 7. Third down and goal from the 7-yard line.
And that is really difficult. It wouldn't shock me if Gatewood just says, we're not a throwing team. We'll just probably go play it like 2 down. I don't.
You could. I don't know what kind of kicking game they have, Coach. Maybe they take points. So we'll have to just wait and see. There's the outside veer. Quarterback followed it. And he got some yardage, Coach, but we've got him down at about the 1.5, I think. Well, 1 or maybe even inside the 1. So I'd say now at this point it's a definitely and goes on here.
Look for Gatewood to go with some type of jumbo set here, possibly if they're going for it, which I think they are. They're not going to kick a field goal. I mean, they're that close. They're going to go ahead and roll the dice. It's huge down in this football game.
It's kind of funny sometimes. The Hornets, you can come into a goal line set here, but you're not maybe used to your run fits as well against the veer. So those quarterback sneak, and they got a little push, and we're able to get into the end zone for their first score of the night.
Coach Kinsler not happy on the sideline. That's so frustrating because you've played well. You've not given up the big play, and you had them on that 4th down and the QB boot, which who knows if we've seen that on film because it's obviously not one of their main running plays. Coach Kinsler still has to feel good about how they're defending the main plays that Gatewood runs.
Gatewood lines up to kick the PAT with Blake Calloway as a kicker. He's also the punter, if I remember correct. And number 10.
A little movement on Gatewood's left side. I thought I would have seen some laundry.
And I can tell you right now, number 5, Blake Calloway's got a strong leg, so that may come in later. We'll have to see how that goes.
Well, Gatewood looked really, really confident and just go. They didn't call timeout. It's a big down, and they. I don't know what they'd seen on film. Maybe they just said, sneaks there because there was no question that they were going for it, not wasting a timeout.
The Gatewood quarterback coach, and we've called his name a couple times, number 37, Landon Wilson. He's got pretty good size. I actually have the sizes on their roster. Let's see what they got him listed as: 5'10", 164. Well, he looked a little bigger than that, but so he can get his head down and run that sneak. I'm sure at this point in the season they've got confidence in that and have run it several times. And you have to play low there, and it's hard for us to see up here, to kind of diagnose anything defensively what we did, but the thing about the option offense, and you mentioned it earlier, the coaching staff at Gatewood has run this for a long time, and they just believe in it. It's what they do. Their kids have run it since they were in middle school and maybe even earlier, and they just know what they do, and they know who they are, and they're just going to – it's like you said, it's like Novocaine. It's going to be tough to stop it completely. So – but, we're going to score points. We've already proven we can move the ball down the field. So what we need to do is get the ball here and just put the pressure right back on them.
Absolutely. And Gatewood's biggest concerns is not how they're, playing offensively. Gatewood's got to figure out how to defend us, and that's not an easy task.
Let's see what kind of leg we've got here. We ought to get a good look. Right there off sides. Back them up.
Gatewood has not been sharp in the special teams early, and that that typically is not the mark of a Coach Ratliff coach team, but they're young, 3-time defending state champs. I'm sure they're young in some departments.
So now they'll kick it off from the 35 rather than the 40, and after that kick, I don't know if he mishit that or if he was trying to pooch it up short, but you think even with a fair catch, we're going to end up with pretty good field position here. The Hornets put back Ryan Powers and Noah Blackman, so a lot of speed there. Brody McDaniel is kind of the up back in front of him, along with, is that Bishop Smallwood?
And we got 45 out there getting some playing. That's Neil, isn't it?
That is Neil O'Brien.
A freshman.
Can you see that? I cannot see the numbers. I'm trying.
At the 30, I think that's Bishop.
It looks like Bishop, but I can't see his number.
26.
That is Bishop then.
I wonder if Gatewood will go with their traditional down the hash deep kick, or it looks like he might try to pull it.
Now he kicks it deep. Powers is going to take it at about the 12-yard line.
Got some space.
Got to find a seam. Oh, he almost drops the ball, but we do get out to about the 33-yard line to start. Might need it to our return team. The blocking may have taken off a second too soon. And if they'd have hesitated a little longer, they might have been able to stay on their block a little bit, and Ryan might could have had a seam there to run in. But offense, plenty of room to work. So let's see what we come out doing here. If we're going to stay with our zone running game, inside, outside zone, maybe some stretch we showed earlier as well. I do know, talking to Hunter Kirkley, he felt like they'd worked. They liked some of the RPO game they've been working on all week in practice. So let's see if maybe we see some of that. That's the same play we opened up with.
And there's that kind of not really a jump cut, but just you're getting that hard flow by Gatewood's defense, and Kirkley's so good against cutting against the grain, and that's tough. I mean, he can go at any moment.
Coach, they always said about Barry Sanders and Emmett Smith that they didn't get injured often, even though they were kind of smaller in stature guys, because nobody ever could get a hard lick on them. Kind of feel that way about Kirkley.
He might be hiding behind those big old hogs we got.
Absolutely. Little inside zone. Got the give read, but they swallowed it up. But Hornets in third, and certainly manageable third and maybe a long 3.
A host of Gators there. I can't get all their names this quick, but want to give their – I think I saw number 6 in on the tackle, Ben Paxson. That's interesting. Not every day you see a number 6 playing nose guard, guys. Number 6 is head up.
Smaller stature. Oh, did we get a free 5? We did. We'll take it. That's a first down for the Hornets.
You know, Coach Robinson may have gone on to there also to see if they were slanting. The Gators look like that they aren't reading it like they usually do. Their front there was slanting left, and I want to say 2 plays before they slanted right.
Well, as we know all too well, running a lot of that 50 defense on our middle school team, undefeated middle school team, I might say.
Good
Coach Farmer is our defensive coordinator for our middle school. You can do a lot of slanting in that 50 front.
Good players make good coaches.
No doubt. Little screen. We've seen this little tunnel look a good bit from throwing it to Noah, and Gatewood kind of sniffed that one out. So we look like we actually may have lost a yard there.
Coach Robinson not happy on the sideline. I think he's barking at Porter. It must be a protection or a route issue, but I know that play didn't go for much, but it's watching our quarterback throw the ball. It's just it's fun. He throws it with such touch.
I do know that looking at the way Gatewood rallied to that, I do know we used to call it, when Ronnie Jones, the legend himself, was here, had a little sucker play where we'd run that little screen look and then run past it. Let's see if maybe the Hornets come back and do that.
Had a little Ronnie Jones sighting yesterday. We go sprint.
Horse collar. Are they going to call a horse collar there, or is it grounding?
That's going to be interesting.
I've always believed if the quarterback is in the grasp, you can't call grounding because you don't know where he's throwing it. They call a horse collar. And that horse collar call is tricky, Coach, because by rule you have to have the shoulder pads right on the back of the neck or the neck area. And I'm not sure if he had that or not, or just the jersey, but this is not the NFL. There's no review. We're getting 15 yards, first down.
That is a big call in this football game. And Coach Ratliff is not happy. He's calling for the white hat to come over. He wants an explanation. He just burned a timeout. Coach Ratliff from Gatewood just burned a timeout. So that tells you how he knows that's a big play in this football game.
To kind of explain why that's such a big play, we're looking at third down and probably 17 if they call that a sack, or even if it's an incomplete pass, it's still third down and 11 or 12. And behind the chains, and we got to make a play, and they're looking at getting the ball back, only down a score. Now we've got a first down going in from the 40-yard line and looking really good here to maybe try to put up some points ourselves.
Yeah, he's probably marking his words because he doesn't want to get run because they have some region games coming up. But that was a big play in this football game. hopefully the Hornets can capitalize on it.
Well, I'm going to tread very lightly here, Coach, but I'm just not going to say anything at all then. I was just going to say that after playing in Eatonton all those years, we might be owed a call.
Oh, I think I'm going to tread lightly as well. It all is a wash. It evens out.
It absolutely does. And as they say, the ball don't lie.
No.
But I'll say this: you and I have been coaching middle school all season. We're what, 5 games in, 6 games in, 5 games in. There's another screen back to Bishop Smallwood. He's got some room to go. He may go, Coach.
He's gone.
Miller out in front. Just turn around and pick that up. Touchdown. What a great play design.
And just how that develops and just the touch. And Bishop showed a little acceleration there.
He
Bishop's
did.
He's got a little more speed than folks give him credit for. He's grown a ton over the last couple of years.
And it sounds like up top, maybe the Gatewood coaches are not happy because I'm hearing some thumping coming from up there. But you know what's neat about that is we've had a lot of production out of Porter Falk, we've had a lot of production out of Noah, and we've had a lot of production out of Ryan Powers. And it's good to see. Okay, now we got to find 26.
Got a lot of weapons.
Yes, sir.
Tough to defend. I just need those guys to come out for track.
Absolutely.
And look, they're not playing. It's not like Gatewood's not athletic. I mean, Gatewood is like the defending state AA track team champion. Won it a couple of years. So I mean, there's a lot of speed on both teams out there, but we look really fast right now.
Yeah, well, to set that up, Gatewood has won how many state championships in AA in a row football?
3.
3 in a row. State track champions probably all 3 of the years.
2 out of 3,
maybe
2 out of 4, something like that.
John Millage, we know about their football prowess. They've been state track champions a couple of years in a row.
Why can't we do it?
It's not coincidental.
I'm sorry, giving plugs for the track team. A lot of those guys do run track, and I appreciate it.
That might have been one of our plays of the game, sponsored by Sonic. I'm learning to pick up video cues here. I'm learning all kinds of new things today from our man JJ Siegel. All right, lining up to kick it deep again is Jackson Slade. Let's see if we go directional kick here, Coach, again. Maybe over to this side.
He's been really good tonight.
He's been kicking it to his left, which would be over here towards number 7. I love that little prance, man. Oh, a little pooch kick. That man done well, though. Oh, it's on the ground. It is on the ground. I think Gatewood's on it. They are. But, they end up with the ball at the 32 with no chance of a deep return. That's not that bad. He's probably not happy about it, Jackson, but I'll take that right now.
In high school football, if you were able to, as a coach, to cut a deal at the beginning of the year and say the opponent will get it on the 32 every time after kickoff, you take that.
Right now. And add that you had a chance to maybe get on a loose ball, take it.
Gatewood.
I had to move my chair.
Gatewood goes
fell down the steps over here. That would have been entertaining.
Gatewood goes a twin set here. This is the first time they've shown twins.
Per right twins, little pass, wants to pass. He's in trouble. Oh, he is danced free and ends up getting about 2 yards on the play after maybe 3, actually.
Brian Greer on the tackle. Brady Greer was headhunting on that play. I'm sure Coach Kinsler's probably telling him, good effort, but let's be a little more broken down there at the point of the tackle. But Brady Greer was coming with a full head of steam.
Cole Miller also in the backfield. It's very frustrating as a D lineman to have that opportunity, and you can't quite corral him because he's pretty quick, slippery.
If you saw what Gatewood really wanted to run on that play, they went twins for some type of pass scheme combo. There they go, veer weak side.
That's Veer weak side, and we did tackle the fullback. He ends up getting about 2 or 3 yards.
Who's
I think Coach Kinsler.
I think Seth Andrews is in there. Calm back some. Could be wrong.
Squeezing down to really make first contact was Cooper Avery from his end spot.
Yep.
But
if it's to the weak side,
manageable down and distance for Gatewood at third and let's say 4, long 3, 4 yards.
Be interesting to see what they run because you kind of.
Again, in that twin set.
Twins over.
It is twins over. The tight end's over. He's covered.
Probably going to run toss. Yep.
It is toss. we're there. But he ends up getting close to first down yardage, and based on the far side spot, he's got it. And they're also stopping the clock, which tells you that he's got the first down. So,
yeah, they're kind of, it's one of those when they run it over, the history of not just, people go an overset, two back. It's a probably 99% chance they're running
something to that side, side at least, yeah.
Either in C gap or.
Now the more traditional pro left look out of the eye.
Outside veer.
Outside veer again. We're tackling the fullback, but I think Coach Kinsler will tell you it's just too much on first down.
And that is Brady Greer.
Carrying the football is 23. I think that's a different player, Justin Jameson.
Yep.
Did I read that correctly? 6'1", 176. Number 7 has been in the backfield a lot, and he's in there now as a tailback.
Yep.
Oh, that was the fullback. Okay, yeah. So
they left it. Number 7, Evan Bennett, but they left it with the full then, and they go outside veer this way.
The other way.
But there's not much going on there.
Yeah, that was met with some authority.
So that's Seth Andrews in on the play. Cole Miller getting off the ground. We got another one slow getting up.
I'm gonna give some free advice.
Luke White.
To every offensive play caller we play the rest of the season. Find 62 and don't run that way.
Well, they might have left him unblocked if they were going veer.
May have, yep.
And
but he's just a physical football player and just a tough joker.
Midline, Cole Miller that quarterback did a really good job being patient because Cole had that turnout block stuffed. He pressed it.
Seth Andrews obliterated the fullback.
So, people watching the game probably like, wow, they run it, just the fullback dive a lot. But it's when you add it up left and right, it ends up being about 6 different plays.
We've made some defensive line subs, and it probably was about time. I think we were dragging a little bit, and I hope Luke White's okay. He's holding his hand down here.
Yeah, it's kind of getting physical in the trenches right now. They weren't set. They pulled their guard.
We're there. We contain it. And, nice close by Brady Greer.
And Bishop
Smallwood. Great job containing the play. Tell you what, we have Bishop is playing his best game. So far, he has got his name called on both sides of the football.
Yep, good for that guy. Saw him today, Coach. He made a visit to the middle school locker room just to say hi.
That's right. Rolled in. Say he was proud of the guys. A couple of the seniors came in, and what a big deal for your program when your older kids are, invested in what your younger kids are doing. That's outstanding. Pro left set from the Gators. There's your midline again.
And he just keeps getting a little seam. I don't know if our backside linebacker might be fitting a little. That's tough. They hurt us with midline last year, and it just that's all that's all they run, and they're going to commit to it, and it's over and over. But
again,
they're bleeding slowly.
Their own schedule, as you call it, being third and short, third down and 3. I'm an old Georgia Tech guy. That's all the terminology those guys use. So third and short.
Maybe
you'd imagine another little midline or veer call here.
Tanner Roberson in there at D tackle, and they go.
There's the outside veer, and it just falls forward for.
Oh, we got to tackle better. That was.
I think we went for the strip there, and maybe not the tackle.
So 52 for us is
Smallwood shaking up a little bit. That's Hudson McGee.
Yep, Hudson McGee.
And Smallwood shaking up a little bit, but he's trying to walk it off. Hopefully he can. And Westfield with the timeout. Coach Kinsler wants to talk to his guys a little bit. He's probably seen enough of these 5 yards at a time plays. So,
yeah, I mean,
we'll have this timeout sponsored by the Westfield Booster Club.
Ooh, good call.
JJ Siegel is laughing at me.
Let me tell you something.
It's the professionalism. It's it's respect in that laugh. I can hear it.
The French fries last night here at the middle school.
On point?
My gosh.
Didn't get to have any. Had 2 burgers. Delicious.
You're not a fry guy?
Perfect. Oh, I love fries. But I figured at that point, at the end of the game, after the second game, I figured probably a little soggy. I'm going to pass.
No. They were perfect.
But they were perfect. So shame on me for missing out and making that assumption.
Heavily seasoned, heavily salted. Pretty good.
So tonight's menu options brought to you by Weight Watchers. So,
Coach,
not a surprise that it comes around to food.
I mean, kind of becoming a real war in the trenches. You got to like our chances, though, with our depth there.
And as much as we may be struggling a little bit, I don't want to say struggling, as long as they're having a little success offensively the other side. But they have not even slowed us down. I think that was a substitution issue.
So John was
that
running
looks
off
like John McPherson, yeah. That's a number change from last year, if I remember right.
Yeah, it threw me off because he wore like 18 in the middle.
Midline again. We tackled the fullback.
Yep. Tanner Roberson in there doing his job.
I think we rolled back our first unit. We got Cole Miller back
Seth
in.
Andrews in there getting off the ground.
Seth looks like he's thinned up a little bit.
Golly, I remembered you when he was young, and
I hope he hears me saying that. I hope he heard me say that. That's going to make his day. Big guys love it when you say they look thin. I didn't say you look thin, Seth. You look thinner.
I know he's tall.
He is tall. He may have grown height-wise. That's what my son Andrew did. He certainly grew.
I would bet we're going to get outside veer here. The left tackle on the left end.
We've
talking.
We moved a little bit. Little counter, and we snuffed that out pretty well.
They haven't shown any misdirection. That's the first little bit.
That's a gain of about 3 or 4, but it's going to leave a fourth down. Fourth down and what, 4?
We had Seth again on the play.
No, third down. I'm sorry. They changed the down marker so fast. We've got a expert down marker where I can't see that far to see who it is. One of our parents just they flipped it so quick I was a little confused. But it's third down and 4 actually. Inside our 20 in the red zone. This drive is really pivotal to Gatewood's chances. We'll get the ball first coming out of half, which is big right here.
Counter
counter off the midline, little Q counter, really nice, or counter option, as you say.
I don't know if it was counter option. They'll call it like it's like a Q trap, like a fullback trap, block it like a fullback trap, but the Q gets up in there.
You know what? That's exactly what it was. I think you're right. It was Q trap the other way off the midline fake. That's beautiful. Well, great play design, but we really defended it quite well. Fourth and 2 for the Gators in
huge play.
Huge play in this game. We get the ball back with 2.5 minutes. We got a chance to maybe go the distance here. And remember, we still get it come out of half. So
Gators come out in pro right. I would imagine they're not going to pass it.
I'm expecting veer, yep.
And they go outside veer.
And coach, does he get some lean? He might have twisted. I think he twisted far enough to get it.
That's gutsy to leave it.
He did.
The quarterback. That's kind of Bishop in on the tackle.
So the score remains 21-7 for the Hornets as Gatewood is driving. Showing that split back veer look again, Coach. Oh, we got movement. Oh, no, we were in the neutral zone. Looks like it's on us on defense. That's not what you want to see down here. That's a free 5 yards, unfortunately.
Trying to get to the mind a little bit of, obviously they're kind of new at some personnel at quarterback, but that split back look is very interesting because I don't know if Coach Ratliff's been in that yet since he's been at Gatewood. Still going to run the option out of it.
Did you just say Coach Fowler? Did you put me at Gatewood?
Did I say Coach Fowler? I meant Coach Ratliff. I've been around you so
You might have
much.
said Ratliff. And down inside the 1 there, so we're going to have our work cut out for us right here to keep them out of the end zone for sure.
Well, I think I know the answer now when I saw that mesh, Coach. That dive back was really downhill. See if the Hornets can bow their neck. Gatewood in split backs again?
Yep, there's the split backs again. Of course, you're going to expect either a quarterback sneak. They've got a little bubble. See if he goes back to the dive, and it's that follow. You know what used to aggravate, and he gets in for the score to bring it to 21-13, extra point pending. I used to watch Georgia Tech games. I used to play a lot on Thursday night, and a guy named Bob Davey, who's a former coach at Notre Dame, and was at New Mexico or New Mexico State. Anyway, he loved the veer, loved the flex ball and option stuff. but he called that quarterback follow, the quarterback duck is what he called it. The quarterback duck. I'm not sure what duck means.
Duck under, duck in there.
Maybe so. I don't know.
I think he's ducking under the kick out maybe, sometimes on the outside there.
Bob Dave should have been ducking when the AD came looking for him because he got fired. That was not a called fake. That was we knock it down. I think Seth Andrews defended that play on the pass.
That could be a really big play in this football
No
game.
doubt. That leads to score 21-13 rather than 21-14. We have a minute 43 left, which with our scoring ability, we may be in go mode here.
I would think Coach Robinson.
And certainly we get the ball coming out of the half, so that's big too. Let's not lose sight of that.
And I would think Coach Fitzpatrick is saying, yes, sir, probably giving him the go mode.
And I'm going to bet that Seth Andrews didn't make it to the bench to sit down before telling Kinsler, Coach, I'm a DB. Did you see me defend that pass?
Guys.
Athletes.
I'm just hoping you and I can make it through the season without Thomas Gregory somehow getting his hand on the football at the middle school level.
Well, if he does get his hands on the football, whether a picked up fumble or an interception or something.
That's fine
if that happens, that's great. But I pity the people that try to have to tackle him. Oof.
Gators got to be careful here because if we'd have blocked it up a little bit better on that last kickoff return, Powers had some space. And it's not like you can just, say, well, we'll just kick it to one guy. I mean, Noah Blackman's got great speed.
Oh, absolutely. If we'll wait a little, I don't know where he's going to kick the ball, obviously, but if he kicks it deep again, if they'll wait a second before they set their –
and I think they need to run a little further.
Wedge. Yeah, run a little further, deeper, you mean. Yeah.
The front line.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's the deep high kick again, coming to Blackman. Going to field it at about the 14-yard line. See, that timing is better, but Gatewood just does a great job of hemming him in. So Westfield ball on about the 26 or 7-yard line coming out. 1:36 left in the half. And we're going to see here. We're going to open it up and try to score. We're going to be happy with the lead and go into half. So we'll see what Coach Fitzpatrick and Coach Robinson have dialed up here.
Coach Hodge is right there with him with his play sheet too. That guy,
I teach across the hall from Coach Hodges, Coach.
I got to coach O-line with him last year, and that guy can coach. He's like all good coaches, he has a routine, and he's not, he's going to stick to that routine, and the kids know what to expect.
We have a jet motion, little jet motion to Noah. Looking for a cutback. It's there if he can make it happen. He had a little something there. Got about 7 yards on the play. Clock is ticking under 1 minute and 30 seconds now.
Interesting note, Gatewood's quarterback, plays in the secondary, and he was in on that tackle. That's good when you're making
That's right.
The Veer quarterback have to make tackles on defense.
We don't we're always no huddle here at Westfield with our varsity team here, but they don't seem to be in a particular hurry. Like maybe they're valuing the possession more than anything. You really Falk on gets tumbled over. That's a first down, which will stop the clock momentarily.
He's kind of
right at a minute left in the half.
Kind of caught a helmet in the knee. Kind of saw him flip over there.
Yeah, he's a little gimpy too. He's trying to walk it off. Here comes Comeback to go in for him. Well, maybe not. Yep, going in. Yeah, clock's running now down to about 50 seconds. I don't know that we're in a huge hurry, like I said. I know we're getting the ball coming out of half, and Coach, this might be smart. You definitely don't want to get the ball back to Gatewood with a chance to maybe go down and tie the game on a turnover. So be smart here.
Take a shot.
You might. Of course, with our skill guys, the ball in their hands, you can score from there. So. False start. Which really stops the clock.
In some ways, not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world.
Looks like we maybe can. I don't know, Coach. Coach Robinson's kind of fired up right now, and so that tells me he may have had something dialed up. Gatewood's not a big. Well, I mean, the Veer can be a big play, but even if you throw a deep interception, but I now backed up. I doubt we really take some real aggressive shots.
Now there's a timeout on the Gatewood bench, so we're gonna.
They're gonna go prevent.
They're gonna talk about backing up and making sure you knock the ball down.
Coach Van Duzen, their defensive coordinator, was
And now Coach Robinson is letting those guys know about the mistake they made there on the last couple plays.
Coach Van Dusen was pretty animated, so that tells me he did not probably like how his secondary and linebackers were lined up.
Well, I noticed, and they play a lot of man in that defense, and we're only about 5 or 6 yards off their man. So you'd think in this late half situation they'd have been a little deeper, trying to make sure they keep everything in front of them. Bleed slowly, right? That's your word. I mentioned that last time I was on air. That's a favorite expression of yours, and it's golden. Just try to bleed slowly. Don't give up the big play.
And which is kind of, a lot. That's not popular sometimes, especially at the collegiate and pro level. I mean, you don't hear that phrase a lot because they always talk about turnovers and getting the big ball back and big play. But at the high school level, when you got a lot of guys playing both ways, the big play can just be so demoralizing. And that's why I like to say bleed slowly. But with our offense, sometimes you want the ball back.
No doubt. Coach Ryan Weatherington, Mr. Softball coach himself, coming to make an appearance.
My neighbor.
Hunter Kirkley breaks free. He almost broke it, Coach, but that's going to get us down to the plus 45. And at 22 seconds left now.
And he's kind of gimpy. I think we're going to take a shot.
He'll shake it off. He'll shake it off. So let's see. I wonder now if that changes things a little bit.
Yeah, we're
flipping the set.
Shots.
So there's something he likes. He's going to double
call.
Twins. Maybe powers up the seam. I kept saying that last week, but it just looks like it's there. That's a catch and a first down.
Catch.
Now we stop the clock again. Now, do you use a timeout or do you spike it? Got it. He's saying hurry, hurry, hurry. Same set.
Now, is the scoreboard accurate? It says we got 2 timeouts left, but I would think we probably.
I don't know that we've called but one, is all I remember. The clock is running. He's going to take a deep shot right now. Throwing it up. Got a chance at it.
Wow.
Brody McDaniel almost has the tip ball with at least 4.5 seconds left. Hornet ball on the 33-yard line going in.
Yeah, that would make it a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's out of Jackson's range, the young kicker. I assume it will be some type of, 4 verts or.
If you've got a play here like Coach Ronnie Jones's thing was always the hook and lateral he used to run in this situation.
And he may go like half sprint and have him
looks like they're going empty. Got Porter Falk out in the slot going in. Oh, this is the diamond set they have. I don't know that we were set. Got Ryan isolated, but overthrew him. Yeah, Ryan kind of came jogging off the line a little bit and didn't quite get there.
You know what's impressive there is you just see Coach Robinson's experience. He's like, okay, I'll just go quads to the left and get my guy isolated.
Right.
And that's see if my guy can make a play.
And he's talking to Hunter Kirkley as he comes off the field about maybe holding that ball one more second to give Ryan time to get going.
Well, we are new at this.
What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me while I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith too.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
I need 3 uncorked slushes. Adding strawberries to the sangria. Order up. Sonic uncorked slushes, ready for pickup.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 2 Sonic grilled cheeseburgers.
I'm on it.
Order up.
Sonic grilled cheeseburger ready for pickup.
Hi, welcome to
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. Teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me when I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
All right, welcome back to Ronnie Jones Field. Ken Fowler with you with Rhett Farmer as we get ready to come out of the half here with about 2 minutes left in the half, ready to fire this thing back up. Hornets holding a 21-13 lead currently. Coach, I don't want to miss this opportunity to talk a little bit about our softball program and what they've got going on. First of all, they play in the state semifinals against John Millage tomorrow with a doubleheader starting at 1, game 2 following at approximately 3, but it depends on how the first game ends. But again, state semifinals for the 5th+ year in a row. Really proud of those girls. It's a whiteout tomorrow. They're encouraging everyone to not only come, but to wear white. Weather's going to be a little cooler, I think, starting tomorrow into Sunday. So come on out and support the Lady Hornets. Freshly off their new Max Preps #1 in the state of Georgia ranking, public and private. Isn't that impressive?
Saw that. That this program, our softball program, is just, consistency. Kids work hard. Great coaches.
They do. Coach Brock Van Fossen and Ryan Weatherington do a fantastic job with those girls. And we're really young. We've got one senior, Marina Knowles, who's been an outstanding leader for our team since she's come back from injury earlier in the year. Committed to Clemson. And we also have a lone junior in Sydney Langdon, who is narrowing her college choices down as well, but she's going to be a Division I pitcher. And, Coach, I was looking at some stats of the day, and these are kind of approximated, so don't hold me to the exact number here, but Sydney is somewhere in the area of 10 or 11-1, and I did see her ERA was .6.
Wow.
And she's pitched approximately 60-something innings and has about 130 strikeouts. Now, do the math on that. That's about 2 strikeouts an inning. That's getting it done.
Wow.
And not to be outdone, our freshman pitcher, who is our #2 pitcher, Lauren Davison, is undefeated on the season, so 9-0, 10-0, something like that. ERA of 1.7. So really getting it done with our pitching staff. When you pitch like that, you have a chance in every game, obviously.
Well, I know it's special for you. You're a proud father. You have a daughter on the team, and so shout out to Miss Hillary Fowler.
Yeah, very proud of my daughter Hillary and her work on the team, along with my JV cheerleader Hannah, who is also here.
Yep.
And I've mentioned my son who's played here before, so very proud of my kids. I know as you are, as well as yours. Giving your daughter Sarah Red a shout out. You ask, and you say, I'll do it for you so you can be the bad guy. How about that?
I know she keeps texting me.
We'll even shout out Matthew, who's living the
dream.
In the south of France somewhere on vacation or something, I think.
Living the dream. Yeah, our softball program, man, you just think about the culture. And I know, and there's been so many great coaches here that have contributed to that culture. Obviously, Coach Camp. And I just remember being, a young coach, even back in the 90s, knowing that Westfield softball was pretty special. So good luck to those ladies.
Some other successes we've had on campus, Coach. Last night, our 5th and 6th grade team won the Peanut Bowl got to play at Mercer Stadium, come away with the big dub. I believe they went undefeated on the season. Don't hold me to that, but you know what? They won the championship, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
So congratulations to our 5th and 6th grade football team and players and coaches and our cheerleaders in that program for everything they've done and accomplished. We're very fortunate to be able to coach our middle school team this year, which is our 7th and 8th grade. We're currently sitting at 5-0 with 2 games this coming week.
Despite the coaching.
Overcoming the coaching.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right. So somehow those kids are so good that no matter how bad we try to mess it up, they come out victorious. And we have really had a good season. And like you I think you mentioned earlier today, because they all wanted us to give them a shout-out on the air, but there's too many. We'd miss somebody, so we're going to try to just say as a group they've been really good. And I'd be completely remiss if I didn't mention the outstanding help that Ricky Black has been for us as a coach. Young coach, has come in and played a mentor role to some of these younger kids, coaches our defensive backs and our wide receivers, and has done a fantastic job. And I can speak as the offensive play caller. We have had our passing game as a weapon in middle school, which isn't common. So really proud of the work he's done, and with our defensive backs as well.
I'm happy for Coach Black. If you saw his secondary play yesterday,
3 interceptions, is that right?
Coach Black does a great job. Will do anything you ask. I was just up here making a visit to the box.
He did, and even brought us waters. The man never stops being awesome. He just exudes awesomeness.
I feel like he may be getting spoiled in his first year coaching.
Yeah, he might be, because I'm going to tell you, there has been, and this is not a slight to any teams I've been a part of in the past, this is as fun of a year as coaching as I've had. I'm not saying it's the most fun. I'm saying it's as fun as any I've had. Of course, anytime you win a state championship, that's great. I've been fortunate enough to be on a couple of those, and I know you've been on about 37 championship coaching staffs. So, but I think you would agree with me. This has been a fun year coaching those guys, and we look forward. 2 games this week. I was about to say that. 4:30 here at the Hornets' Nest, Ronnie Jones Field on Monday. 4:30. Please come out and support us as we try to stay undefeated. We just knocked off Mount DeSales, who was also undefeated. 30-8, had a great game yesterday, and we wind up our season Thursday up at Strong Rock, finishing our season. And then I move on to basketball. You have a little off-season athletically, getting ready for track.
Yep.
And our basketball teams actually have started practicing already this week, in fact. So a lot going on here around Westfield. Try to keep up if you can. I know I barely can. If it wasn't for my wife, I don't know if I could do it. And I don't want to be – and the one guy I haven't mentioned yet is Coach Champion, and everybody knows how hard he works. You can just see the pain on the field, every little thing that happens, he makes it happen somehow or another. He's involved. So
he is the most tireless guy
he really is.
Have ever worked with.
Really is.
And wears a lot of hats and never always kind of even-keeled, never complains.
But back to the matter at hand. We're getting ready to start the second half here with Gatewood kicking off to the Hornets. Again, Powers and Blackman are deep to receive the kick. The kick goes to pretty deep. Powers tries to field it and bobbles it inside the 5, takes his time to pick it up. And hits the seam hard. He's got it, Coach. He's got a shot if he can get past number 9. Coach, he may be gone.
Look at that stride.
That long stride is gone, and you're not going to catch him. Ryan Powers to the house. That is the proverbial out-kicking your coverage. Hornets with a big early strike. It was about the 1 yard line. Sorry, we were trying to get some. We got some record keepers.
We got some questions
up here. We're worried about he bobbled the ball inside the 5 and picked it up on the 1 or 2.
As that all developed, you're kind of saying, Ryan, just let it go over your head. It's going to go in the end zone. Because he had to work back to get the ball.
Here's the difference, Coach.
He didn't.
He's an athlete,
and I'm not.
And we're used to bees, or if never was, right?
Yeah, good for that guy.
So that takes the score to 27-13 for the Hornets on a quick strike coming out of the half as we line up the extra point. And the extra point snap is good, hold is good, kick is good.
Well, I kind of made the comment in the first half. Just the Gatewood special teams have been sort of sketchy from the get-go. It had the bobbled snap on the punt, had a mishap on the PAT, and then this. I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis for them next week.
I tell you, everybody knows Ryan Powers is a great athlete, just an exceptional athlete. I said last time I was on the air, I thought he had a chance to play high-level college football. He's still only a junior, But there you really got to see him stretch his stride out and go. And that kid's got some sneaky speed that I knew he was fast, but he may be faster than I even thought.
He high jumped for us in track. He never high jumped and just kind of picked it up naturally.
The story this summer, he's out for basketball this year, they say. So he goes to basketball camp. They're down in Americas at the GISA Round Ball Roundup camp in Americas. And the kids start saying, "Hey, Ryan, have you ever tried to dunk the ball?" And he was like, "Well, no, never really played basketball much." And they, "Well, try." First try, stuffs it like it was nothing. Kid, that's just what an athlete he is. 28-13 now is the score with 11 minutes and 45 seconds. 15 seconds have come off the clock to start the second half. The Hornets up 2 scores and now getting ready to kick it deep to the Gators. Kick goes to number 7, Carter inside the 25, and we drop him at around the 35 or 6.
I got number 33. Is that a Dean Massey?
Dean Massey sighting.
I believe Neil O'Brien.
And Harper Shelton, which is the other number 17. Seems like those guys have been on a lot of those special teams tackles.
Will Smith running off, getting some time on the kick team.
And let me tell you, Coach, if you're in the half at Gatewood, they're coming out saying, we got to get a stop right here, get the ball back, try to tie the game up, and we're right back in this thing. And then just pop the balloon and deflate them coming out.
Always good when a Veer team plays behind 2 scores.
That's absolutely right. So they come out back in their pro left look that they came out in earlier.
We're in a 5-minute
going for a pass out of the gate. Quarterback gets hit as he throws it, and he throws it too far inside for number 1, the intended receiver, who is Jackson Crow.
That was supposed to be a fade. Billy Jack Gregory on the coverage.
The quarterback, I believe, got hit, or not necessarily in the arm, but maybe around the waist as he threw it, which may have pulled the ball inside.
It was fun last year to see Billy Jack really evolved into probably our most solid cover corner at that point.
A great athlete at his. I mean, he's over 6 foot tall, Coach, and very athletic. Got the outside veer to the other side, and the fullback is met by Brady Greer. It makes a great play, and several other Hornets finish him off. But Brady Greer really made that play happen, and now they're behind the sticks again. 3rd down and 9, not the schedule you want to be on.
Looks like Coach Kinsler definitely got on the old whiteboard at halftime because our front is more of an odd front. You had Greer up there as a defensive end or outside eye of a tight end. And
so you're saying halftime adjustments help your calls?
Hey, Coach Kinsler can make them.
Okay, so halftime adjustments are great, and Kinsler and Coach Robinson are with the experience they have, and he has changed his front to almost a 5-man front look, hasn't he? There's the Veer quarterback keeps.
And Brody Greer had Q. Brody McDaniel had Q
good
there.
Stick there at the end of the play by Billy Jack, but it's unfortunate it's a little late for him, but he did get the first down.
So a little different fit-ups for us, and Coach is coaching them up hard.
I tell you, the quarterback for Gatewood, 37, Landon Wilson, continues to impress with his athleticism because we really had a man in position there, but he just made a play. And let me tell you, it is – and, again, a lot of game left, 10 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter here with a 2-score lead. But Gatewood has seen, you know what, we have to keep closing this gap. We can't let them get the ball back up 2 scores because we haven't stopped them yet.
So they go trap here. Yeah. And a lot of Hornets there. 33, Dean Massey, and Seth Andrews getting off the pile.
He's got a little bit of a – we're playing a little bit of a different look.
Cooper Avery.
They gave him about a half yard on that. Dean Massey and Coach, I may be – I'm not at practice every day, but last year Dean Massey and Cameron McCombach played the same position, but yet they're both in the game now. So I wonder if that's something special they're doing for Gatewood this week, maybe putting a little more beef.
Well, we kind of got some depth issues at linebacker, as of course everybody knows with the –
yeah, there's a couple of guys.
The Coleman Williams.
Coleman Williams being out injured and –
Gatewood has not run that scheme
That's
yet.
just a blast look there. Kick out. Cole Miller rips the ball out and says he's going the other way. But the right hat is nodding his head yes. I wonder if it was an early whistle, so we're going to get – what are we going to get here? I'm seeing the white hat the head referee look and say yes. Maybe he's saying the progress was stopped.
You got to feel good about the physicality of your football team because that's power football. When somebody goes,
absolutely,
when they go blast C gap or and they pull that backside guard and there's just nothing there. Now Gatewood was in a bind.
3rd and long. That's right. We mentioned Coleman Williams. I'd be remiss if we didn't mention Gavin Vining as well.
Yep.
Lost him early in the preseason to a knee injury. I've been communicating with him pretty regularly. His recovery is going quite well, along with Coleman's. Have a penalty now. Looks like it's going to have to be offensive on the offense. Oh, they're calling offsides on us. That's not a good. It's not a good penalty there. I don't know if we were in the neutral zone lined up or whatever. You got to be careful when you line up. That's a careless mistake, one that we're not used to making, and that's twice now we've made that mistake.
I mean,
and that drives the defensive coordinator crazy because that's just a mental error there.
Absolutely, because Gatewood down 2 scores. Now you make it very attractive to them to go 2 down.
Absolutely. You've crossed midfield. You're 3rd and 6 or so.
Whereas if they don't get much on that 3rd and 10, they probably punt it away. Now they'll change their play call to go 2 downs, try to get 5-6 yards and 2 downs.
There's the veer. Quarterback keeps it, and there's nobody there on the edge. We catch up to him eventually, but it's after he gets enough for the first down.
They got a really good stalk block by their wide receiver, number 1. It's pretty good blocking on the perimeter by Jackson Crow for the Gators.
So, listen, I was communicated to at some point in the first half. I checked my text messages at halftime. Miss Champion, Leanne Champion, is our middle school science teacher and dynamic middle school girls basketball coach.
Yep.
Texted me that we were talking a little over her head in football jargon. But, look, I want you to take this, Miss Champion, and when you're sitting in Athens tomorrow watching Georgia, Kentucky, just randomly mention something you've heard tonight to Coach Champion and see if you can impress him.
The problem is, Coach, I got a feeling neither team tomorrow is going to run much veer or midline.
Probably true, and I also have a feeling that Miss Champion was only making fun of me when she said that. So thanks, Leanne. Have fun in the game tomorrow.
Coach, I'm not going to lie, I was nervous about this whole endeavor. When I found out, maybe Wednesday of this week that I somehow was involved in this, which I've never done. But it's not as nerve-wracking as driving a school bus with a bus full of kids the first time.
No, I'm sure.
Outside veer by the Gators. Quarterback keeps
stuck. We played the quarterback well. That play has got nowhere to go. If we'll wrap up.
Billy Jack Gregory and Ryan Powers on the tackle.
I'll tell you, well, we still have them 3rd and short, which is great. Well, maybe the spot's not official yet. Hold on. It is still 3rd and short, but that was an opportunity there to maybe have a negative play. Valwood. What am I talking about?
It's a wood. There's a lot of wood.
Gatewood did a good job of going through both the first options and hitting that 3rd option on the pitch. And he breaks a tackle and ends up squirting through almost for a first down. They're definitely in 4-down territory here, but you want to make them try. So you really like to see a little penetration right here to make a play in the backfield.
They go midline.
Yep.
Which, Coach, you kind of made a living running the midline against the 5-man front.
It's kind of tricky. I don't know they can't tell from here what Gatewood's doing. The midline, if I'm going to get a little technical here, but that sometimes in that 5-man front, that nose guard is on top of the center, and that's really where you want your fullback to go. We had some success last year kind of moving it a little wider and running it in that open gap.
Almost becomes inside veer.
And you can do that when you've got a great center like a Tanner Roberson who can move people.
Well, inside veer as far as the track of the fullback.
And
I feel like we maybe need to go funny mode, but it's hard to be funny. Looks like tailback kind of flinched for the Gators.
Yeah, we were in on him early there, so there's not much cooking
All right,
there.
we got who's getting off on the ground. Want to get these kids. Bishop Smallwood in on tackle. Man, Bishop Smallwood is around the football.
Having the game of his life, Coach. Playing well.
Seth obviously in on tackle. Seth Andrews getting up. I think that was probably a scheme we haven't seen much. Looked like maybe an ISO because it
may have been
hit an A gap and it was a reverse out.
Going to be tough to run ISO against us for anybody. We're stout, kind of up the middle and up front.
Okay, we're going split backs here, so I would have mentioned it's midline. Probably not going to be veer.
There it is.
Veer. Cole Miller
squeezed the fullback down from his end spot and made a great play.
Luke White.
And we got a flag for what I'm a.
Something's going on. Coach Kinsler's not happy. He's hollering at the wingman on his sideline.
Got a dead ball personal foul on the defense.
Do we know who it was on?
Coach, I'm going to assume he thought maybe Cole continued to tackle after the whistle. That's a judgment call, and I'm not going to be second-guessing referees tonight. So,
well, you know how we talked about how it kind of all washes out?
Got a point.
Yep, so I don't think either side can, because that's a big call on a big drive.
Well, defense has really got to bow their neck here, and it's tough because you got some big guys in there that have been in this whole drive, and I know we're sucking wind a little bit on the D-line, but we got to find a way to bow our neck right here and keep them out of the end zone. Tight end to the right, look, little pro right. We jump, but don't cross the line. There's the veer. Quarterback's got it.
Oh, wow.
It met and stuck in the hole. I think
Massey.
that's Dean Massey on a great play.
And Brady
Greer wrapped around his legs, and Dean met him in the hole and stuck him.
Tell you what, Dean Massey looks very comfortable scraping to that run fit.
I'll give Dean Massey a great football compliment, and I know you've heard it many times. Dean Massey's not the biggest kid on the field. He's not the fastest kid on the field, but Dean Massey will hit you.
He will hit you. He will hit you. And Brady Greer and Bryant Greer, they just have they're always around the football.
They do, and I'm going to tell you something. Bryant Greer is one of those kids that just studies the game. Loves watching football. Other teams play, breaking down film.
Problem is, Coach, I caught him studying it a lot in SAT prep.
Stick the fullback. Can we get to the pitch man? Got somebody there. I think we're going to have a holding call here, maybe on Gatewood. That might work out.
Billy Jack Gregory getting after it at cornerback. I think it may have been the wide receiver blocking him that held, but
I think
Billy
it was.
Jack looking very active and just doing a good job.
Not the first time tonight. Billy Jack's been physical. He made a big hit on our sideline earlier tonight. I think it may have been on this drive, actually. Let's see if you take that call or do you make it 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line. It's holding. I think you got to back him up, don't you, Coach? Stays 3rd down, 3rd and long.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about a penalty. He held him on the goal line. Okay, so that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Okay, so that's 2nd down and goal from the 11. 28-13, under 5 minutes now left in the 3rd quarter. So big spot here. The Hornets can hold them out of the end zone to keep that 2-score lead.
Probably more of the same because they're not really a passing team, and they, quarterback obviously looked uncomfortable on that one fade.
That's got nowhere to go. That is a great play in open space.
Brody McDaniel.
Brody was the one earlier on the veer that the quarterback made a good play on, and he couldn't make the play in open space, but I think he had made up for it right there. That was
absolutely
a good athlete in space on good athlete in space, and Brody comes out with a great tackle there. Leaves them 3rd and goal from, the 15-yard line or so?
They went by and swung by their lunch table today. Coach, I get confused. You got the Brodies, the Bryants, the Bradys, a lot of BRs.
It happens
all
a lot.
at one lunch table.
And the two I get mixed up, not in person, but in the football, I always get Brody and Noah mixed up for some number 2, number 3. Anyway, little play action pass. It might get hit from behind. Swallowed up by Cooper Avery. He goes unblocked and has a clean shot right into the back of the quarterback and finishes the drill. So now Gatewood's in a tight spot here. I don't know that they can go from 42 on a field goal. Their kicker did have a little bit of a leg, but I think this is probably a throw-it-up type situation here. Ticking down to about 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, still up 28-13 for the Hornets. I'm looking out there at my man Seth Andrews, and Coach, he looks a little fatigued.
Yeah, you learn a lot about kind of what Gatewood feels like what their team, on this down, do you sell out and go? Yeah, they're going. Obviously this isn't what they do. So I would probably look for, he's
a trip set, which is not, they got a timeout.
Yeah.
Got a timeout. A clock stoppage, now there's a penalty. Must be 12 on the field. It's the only thing they could be calling a penalty for right now, right?
Well, that definitely puts
delay of game.
They're you're just uncomfortable.
Right. What do you call here? What do you call here when you're an option team?
Well, now that we've had a penalty, as crazy it is, I might go
punt it.
Might take another penalty. No. Move purposefully and give me another 5. Back up and pooch it. No, That's kind of hard.
Well, I
to do,
noticed
honestly.
Westfield came out with 3 down linemen there. They've made it personnel. They've got Cole Miller in the middle of the field at middle linebacker. What an interesting little set. They did that against in a rush package.
Like
And
a little 3-3
Don't be
look.
surprised. He's coming. He's coming. Right up the middle with some pressure.
And they try
He
to go
overthrows
wheel.
him. Again, who's there in coverage? Who's the man?
Bishop Smallwood.
Bishop Smallwood. Great job. You know they got to score. There's no point you even coming inside the 10-yard line.
So, Coach, they went kind of a wheel scheme. Unfortunately, we got educated on the wheel scheme yesterday in the middle school game. But our guys were sitting back. And
One time, though, Coach, learn their lesson and never let it happen again. That guys can play. So now that's Westfield takes over on their own 30-yard line. 2:25 left in the third. Still up 2 scores. And, man, how far would it go for us towards victory if we can get a score on the board right here?
I would be curious to know, when you think, all right, we ran the kickoff back, our offense has been on the field minimally.
Is this our first possession of the half? I might be wrong about that. Porter Falk at the middle with a huge hole, accelerating, cutting to the outside, picks up a block from Bishop.
The ball.
Puts it in his outside hand, still throwing men off. Will not go out of bounds. He wants the contact. Porter finishes on the sideline at the Gatewood 30.
Lineman. Look at Hudson McGee.
Running downfield. Yes, sir.
Blocks.
That's something that fires me up as an old O-line coach, and I know you coached a lot of O-line as well. And let me tell you something. Hudson McGee is one of my son's best friends, and that young man is a fine young man.
Got him in class. He works hard. Love it when these student athletes.
He's an A student all across the board. He's a sharp kid. A lot of our guys are. Hey, a little play action there, looking for the deep shot. Throws it up on the seam. Find the ball. Nope. The play looked a little disjointed on that route. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe the quarterback and the receiver are on the same page. Coach Robinson is not real happy at somebody.
Don't feel like we've played a ton of plays offensively to really, kind of.
We haven't, but our yards per play this half is good.
Ooh. Anytime 11 throws the ball up deep to some of those seam routes, you got to like our chances.
And it's getting to the point you expect our guy to come down with it. Yeah, where's the green jersey coming from?
And just the protection.
They go trips away. We have Bishop Smallwood as the lone receiver down here on our side of the field. Porter Falk in the backfield looking to pass, setting up a screen to Blackman. And, Coach, that's that play. I'm calling it and Blackman stays alive. I thought the play was dead. He's fighting. Coach, he's still fighting for yardage. He broke nothing short of about 8 tackles to get about, 18 yards on that play when I thought it was dead in the water when he caught it.
He looked pretty comfortable, didn't he, making those moves.
Clock ticks down to 1:42 left in the third quarter, and just an outstanding play by Blackman. That's a play we've run all year. I've seen it run at least once or twice in every game that I've seen this year. Gatewood obviously has seen it on film. They had it snuffed out perfectly, and that's just an athlete saying, nope, you know what? You're not going to tackle me today.
I mean, you hear coaches all the time talking about get it to an athlete in space.
Harper Shelton in for Blackman getting a well-deserved break after that run. That's a little quick pitch to Falk. Pitches a little behind him.
Good
Porter
cut,
accelerates, and then takes 5 of them to bring him down, but they get him around the 10-yard line.
Harper doing a good job blocking, staying in the play. Brought down.
Ends up picking up about 6 yards or so on the play, which is a great pickup on a play that was a little, a little knocked off timing with the pitch. So
I don't have a number 8 on the Gator roster. I believe that was 8 on the tackle.
Second down and now they may have moved the thing. So about a 6, maybe second down and 5.
Or is that a 9? You know the kids like to fold the jerseys over these days.
Powers now playing tight end. Kirkley makes a great read, but got tripped. And if he hadn't got tripped, he could have moonwalked into the end zone, Coach.
Coach Hodges not happy. The hat has come off the head and onto the ground.
30 seconds left in the third. It'll be interesting to see if we run another play here, if we take the quarter and go to the other side of the field. They don't seem to be in a hurry to get a play in, so I think they're going to take the quarter and flip the field here. So as the third quarter ticks down, you got about 15 seconds left. We're going to wrap that up with a 15-point lead for the Hornets, but the Hornets knocking on the door to maybe go up 3 scores, 28-13. So we'll take a break here with them as the Hornets go into the third, leading by 15.
chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
2 Sonic grilled cheeseburgers.
I'm on it.
Order up.
Sonic grilled cheeseburger ready for pickup.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 2 Sonic grilled cheeseburgers.
I'm on it.
All right, welcome back as the Hornets are knocking on the door to score here as we start the fourth quarter, 28-13. Looks like we are third and about 5 from the 10, or just inside the 10 anyway.
You got to, kind of be interesting to see what our mindset is here because we obviously are in field goal range now, but I think we'll probably play it 2 down.
Same play, and he's going to walk in the end zone again.
Man,
it's the same play they had on the other end, Coach, and he tripped on the first time, came right back to it. And that's just smart coaching.
Tough to defend. That's
and that's going to put the Hornets up 34-13 with extra point pending.
Yeah, our quarterback is Hunter Kirkley, right? Am I saying that name right?
You are saying it right,
yep. I haven't taught him in class. I saw him today and told him good luck, and he looked me right in the eye and said, "Thanks, Coach." But it's hard for me to remember their names if I haven't taught them. But he's special, and
he is. And Coach, he has a great understanding of what we're trying to do. He was able. I asked him today. I said, "Hunter, can you give me some things to maybe to look for tonight?" Looks like we may have moved early on the extra point attempt, so that'll back up 5, but still won't have any problem. We'll be right in Jackson's range. But yeah, Hunter told me, he said. He's able to go through and kind of give me some a complex answer, shows his understanding of what we're trying to do offensively. Obviously, that's part of that is due to the tutelage of Coach Robinson, but it also speaks to the young man and his ability to learn and understand the concepts and schemes that we're trying to run.
And you look at how we've kind of progressed offensively when you go back and think about that first game at Trinity Dublin. It was clear that Coach Robinson didn't want to give them too much too early. And overwhelm them.
Extra point is good. Sorry, Coach, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Extra point is good from Jackson on a little bit of a high snap, but Brody gets the hold down.
Yep, Brody's really good at that. He takes a lot of pride in it, and as you know, you've coached. There's been years where you just felt like you couldn't convince that holder to take that much pride in it, and Brody from day one has taken pride in that job.
I said this about Hudson McGee earlier, and let me also say the same about Brody. Brody and Hudson and my son Andrew, even though he's a little bit older than them, are probably – there's the what's the old song? We're the 3 best friends that anybody could have, right, from the Hangover movie or whatever. Anyway, or maybe it's 4 best friends, whatever they say. But those guys –
Wolfpack.
Those guys, when Andrew's home from Statesboro, they are immediate. We're going to spend the night at so-and-so's house. We're going to hang out. We're going to do this. So, anyway, love those guys like my own. So 11:53, Hornets up 35-13. Jackson getting ready to kick it deep.
And you know what you love about Jackson Slade? He's having fun. He's worked hard. He's having
one of his better kicks of the night right there. That's really good. Into about the 15-yard line. Looking for a seam. Finds
Great
nothing.
Tackle.
Is that Dean Massey, I believe.
I mean, just a form tackle.
Nope, I was incorrect.
Brady Greer. Kind of. With the numbers, and does that mean Dean has grown that much that we're not confusing him with Brady Greer?
Well, he was bent at the waist making the tackle, Coach. So,
or is Brady shrinking?
Could be. I actually don't see Dean on the field at the moment.
Well, it was a really good tackle, good physical tackle. Gatewood really out of their element now. Hard to play behind.
You can tell by coming out in a set where there's trips. I would suspect to see maybe a draw play or something here out of the gate. Yeah, just quarterback, and just runs right into
Luke White.
Runs right into Luke White, who is just a physical specimen.
We get a couple of Luke calls from the stands.
I saw Luke's mom, Jeannie, here tonight. She's able to make the game. I mentioned her in the last broadcast, doing quite well. I'm glad to see her out and be able to come to the game. She's one of the, not only Luke's biggest fan, but one of the biggest fans of the team. So glad to see her here tonight with her husband, Jason.
Yep. Kind people.
Taking down to 11 minutes now left in the game. Gatewood coming out again in a spread look, shotgun. Not their what they want to do. There's a tight right. Looking to pass, little swing pass. That's a safe pass for them.
And we had a man there, Bishop Small, plays.
Honestly, 23 is probably glad there wasn't a good throw because he was about to get popped. So 3rd and 10 now for Gatewood. And I'm going to tell you, Coach, I mean, Hornets are feeling pretty good up, what is that, 22 right now? But if Gatewood has to punt the ball back to the Hornets, it might be time to start warming up the bus.
Yep. I'm glad I don't have to drive a bus tonight.
Right? Although it may still take you just as long getting through the fair traffic.
That's true. Midline. And just got, quarterback kind of folded over. And that is Tanner Roberson in action.
Cole
Miller on the tackle.
Yep. 4th and 9, 4th and 10, and the Gators bring out their punt team. As we get to this change possession, we're going to see if maybe we can get a few score updates from around the area. I don't know. The cell service here is kind of iffy with the fair in town. I know everybody loves to eat the fair food and ride the rides, but, man, it does havoc on the cell service.
I'll go some GISA scores just because that was easy to get to. Not a ton in the area. John Miller's was off tonight.
In fact, their coaching staff was here, I believe.
And
almost got to that one.
I wonder if Coach Wall just wanted to slip over to the fair. It smells good. Anyway, I got you Thomas Jefferson, 27, Bethlehem Christian 7.
Bethlehem's a region opponent. We got a flag on the field. So let's have to see how this resolves.
Pinewood 37, Memorial 19 in the 4th.
Pinewood is a possible matchup for us in the playoffs down the road, Coach, depending on how the seeding works out. Right now, they're the 2, we're the 3. If the playoffs started today, obviously we'd have other rounds to get through, but we could be facing them maybe in a possible semifinal matchup if we get that far, which I think we will.
Terrell 35, Tift area 14.
Again, Tift
feel
area.
Good about that.
Yep, we handled Terrell, and Tift area is another possible playoff matchup.
We'll go out of our classification as far as we'll go to AA, GISA. Brentwood 7, Robert Toombs 0. Some of these folks can be typos.
Robert Toombs is not having one of their typical years, and Brentwood's having a really good year. Brentwood, Terrell, and Gatewood are probably the 3 teams in AA that have a chance to win it, don't you think, Coach?
And Briarwood has played.
Briarwood has been really good as well, right?
I know they're maybe a little down. I wonder if I think this must be Frederica over Bullock 7-0 at halftime.
Ooh, that's a little bit of a surprise. Frederica has struggled this year. Bullock, I'm not sure what's going on over at Bullock. I know they've got a couple of really good players. I don't know.
Yeah, the running back kind of slash guy.
We evidently had a personal foul against us. I didn't see it happen, so I can't tell you exactly what it was. But we're backed up now, starting from our own 17-yard line. Exactly 10 minutes left in the game here in the 4th quarter. Hornets up 35-13 on the Gatewood Gators.
And we got trips left.
Quarterback keeps it on the zone. Might have been a Q counter. I don't know, but we picked up. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
55 for Gatewood and on tackle Cam Huskins. He made some plays earlier.
I'd really expect to see a whole lot of Hunter Kirkley and Porter Falk here on this drive, trying to burn some clock.
Yep.
Lean on that offensive line a little bit. I see they got Dean Massey in now.
Yep.
Looks like maybe he's playing for Luke White at right guard.
Good splits, man. You can tell that those linemen take pride in what they're doing.
Oh, we are going to throw the ball. Hunter Kirkley drops. Looks across the middle of Powers on the drag. Makes a good cut. Runs past his man. Still making cuts. Back across the middle of the field. Still on his feet. And finally gang tackled way out over the 40-yard line. So a gain of about around 20 yards there on the play. Puts us out to the 41-yard line. First down, Hornets. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock.
Well,
40, almost the 43-yard line.
It's obviously a great run after the catch. So Powers makes a play. But it's just the touch that the quarterback throws. He never, he just understands. He throws such a catchable ball.
That's just a well-designed concept. We've run that play several times this year, and Ryan is almost always open. Another pass play, looking to throw the corner to Powers. Overthrows it a little bit.
Thought for a second he was going to throw the square in or the dig to Brody. But he seems so patient, which is hard to do for a high school quarterback. I mean, he waits and lets it develop and
stops the clock at 8:51. Looking now at second down and 10 again from our own 43. Still up 35-13 and looking to ice the game away, Coach.
Part of his ability to be patient, though, I think, is our line has just done a really good job protecting.
Absolutely. And those guys really, last week I think you could kind of see that if you were at the game, really kind of dominated Briarwood up front on a wet and sloppy field where you couldn't throw the ball a whole lot. Kirkley keeps the ball for about a 2-yard gain.
Seth Andrews climbing and getting downfield. He looks a little thin in the skin, like he's lost a few.
Maybe so. These high school guys, they start thinking, well,
it's a big man either way.
No doubt. Now, I'll tell you who doesn't like to see that big man running at him is a 150-pound safety.
Oh, no doubt. Those guys.
Wedding on the play coming in from Coach Robinson. He's got his play in now. Got Ryan Powers back down to tight end on the offense's right. Who was that? Noah crossing the formation to the left slot. Bishop Smallwood at the far side, and our X receiver over here. That'd be your Z, actually, Brody McDaniel. Going to half roll right, throw the back to Noah on the screen. Breaks his tackle. He's got a shot. Gets out of another tackle, and runs through another tackle to end up finishing at around the other 40-yard line.
So kind of, I'm not up on all the new terminology, but I know that Cole Miller did a really good job there slipping out there. I guess it's like a tunnel scheme or whatever. He doesn't get a kill shot on the DB, but he's just enough in the way.
Must have a flag down somewhere, Coach. They're walking backwards. I don't see. It's lost in the yellow of the pants on the other sideline over there. So maybe a hold or.
Yeah, I think that was the signal to White Hat gave.
Yeah, 10 yards looks like, marking it off from the spot, which is going to leave us. Was that third down there? So we're going to be third down in about 14, 13, something like that, third and 13. This is where you really like to have that screenplay back right here. We take a shot downfield here. We try to run the ball and run some clock. Tick, 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 it goes. We're approaching 7.5 minutes left in the game. 35-13. Still the Hornets are in the lead. Got trips to the quarterback's right. Takes the ball, looking to pass. Got a little pressure at the front. Quarterback takes off. There's just not much there. Kind of a well-designed blitz right there from Gatewood. Maybe confused their O-line just a little bit. Hornets going to be forced to punt the ball.
Is this the first time we punted tonight?
It is the first time.
Of course, we haven't been on the field much offensively.
No, we haven't run a ton of plays, but time of possession, as you would have expected coming into the game with Gatewood being a Veer team, has really been heavy to their side. Cole Miller is the punter, has been for a year. This is his second year as our punter. He's just going to try to hang one up here, I'm sure, and give them either a chance for zero return. Key here is to make sure you catch the snap. It's a good snap. Catches it, nobody there. Gets a pretty good punt. Doesn't turn some good length on it. And the 7 drops the ball, and then they fumble around who's going to carry it. You take it, I'll take it. Powers couldn't quite drag him down. Can't let him have the sideline. Well, we got a flag down. Finally tackle him at about the 37-yard line, but we have a flag back on the back side of the play.
Tackled by the punter, Cole Miller, on the sideline.
A lot of times that's how they do. That's his job, Coach. Punter may go to the left.
Yep.
The personal protector goes to the right. And Cole was right where he was supposed to be to make the play.
What's interesting is, it looked like kind of a I'll take it, you take it, but what Gatewood does with those two safeties back, and it's really old school, and Jeff Ratliff's been doing that for years. What they do is whoever catches it sometimes runs the reverse to the other up back behind him, or they'll fake the reverse.
We have a sideline warning on Westfield, and I'm not sure what happened. That could be any number of things. Now, it's unlikely anything was said in the middle of a play. Oh, no, so yeah, he's pointing back, so it must be maybe on Gatewood. So it's a little confusing. I'm confused why the referee on this sideline will throw the flag if it's a sideline warning, though. Has he indicated the?
Well, you're kind of getting in that mode where it can get a little chippy, and you just don't want it to get chippy here at the end. I don't think it is.
So I'm sorry for the misspeak. It wasn't. I was trying to listen to Mr. Dale over here, and I think I misheard him. But I'm not really sure what the call was, to be honest. It was a 15-yard penalty, it seems, or either maybe been from the spot. But at any rate, it's first down. It's first down and 10 for Gatewood from their own 21-yard line.
I'm pretty sure Gatewood here at this point, I mean, they've got other things to play for. We certainly have other things to play for with this being a non-rigid game. Of course, the max preps, the way they rank it.
Rankings matter, yep.
But I'm sure both teams are just trying to get out unscathed. But now Gatewood's going to throw a little hitch.
And came up and got hit in the mouth. And again, for the third time, and Billy Jack Gregory just letting him know about it. Just hits him in the mouth. I'm going to venture to
say if Marvin James were here at that play.
That could be your rib rocker.
Don't know if he's here. Hadn't seen a marvelous one.
I saw earlier that the marvelous one, Marvin James, was going to be in Warner Robins tonight, splitting his time between the MAC and Freedom Field. A couple of big matchups up there. We actually got a score from Warner Robins earlier that they were losing 19-0. Not sure if that was accurate or not. As good as they've been, I almost wonder if it was a wrong score. But anyway, that was interesting to say the least. Gatewood back in their pro eye set, running the outside veer. Nice cut. Stuck in the hole. We've got to wrap up.
Good initial first hit by Calmback. I'm hoping that's just a stinger.
Yeah, he's down.
It kind of looked like just a shoulder stinger because it was physical.
And it could have maybe knocked the wind out of him, too. He did hit him a little high in the chest area. So.
He's holding that right arm, obviously, in the good hands of our fabulous training staff.
Joe Allen, the best in the business, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't know, Coach. I'm hoping it's not any type of head injury. That wouldn't be.
Just the way, it was a physical hit.
Is that Claire out there with him? Who's the young lady that's helping him out there?
I don't know, Coach, and I'm wearing glasses.
I am wearing my glasses. Can't see that far. Just an update in the game. We've got a pause in the action with the injury on the field, and of course we're all praying that it's just something minor, that he'll be fine. But it's 5:48 left in the fourth quarter. Westfield is leading 35-13. Yeah, and I'm hearing chatter here in the box, and I think they're right. This might be a little more serious than we originally thought. Of course, you automatically hope it's just an extremity injury that you shake off and can go back in. But
you just hope it's sometimes the shoulder, neck, and nerves.
Absolutely, the stinger action will be bad.
I hope that's what it is.
But I don't want to speculate. I know we've got the best trainer in the business, and he's taking care of it. And
Troy Burner,
also a great trainer. And,
coming from Gatewood.
That's right. And he's also their athletic director. So,
Coach Ratliff coming out and checking on him.
As you'd expect from just a class individual, Coach Ratliff.
And Cameron's been kind of banged up.
Commercial. All right, as we get this situation resolved, we're going to go ahead and go to commercial.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
Adding strawberries to the sangria. Order up.
Sonic Uncorked slushes, ready for pickup.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me when I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
cheeseburger ready for pickup.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. May I take your order?
2 Sonic grilled cheeseburgers.
I'm on it.
Order up.
Sonic grilled cheeseburger ready for pickup.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
as we're back live now at Ronnie Jones Field. Breaking the action, 5:48 left in the fourth quarter. Had an unfortunate injury on the field. Cameron Combach was just removed from the stadium. Anyway, he's a good news. It was a I don't want to get into particulars, but he did seem like he's going to be okay. But he is getting the appropriate medical attention that he needs. And I'm waiting to see. Looks like we're kind of getting loose to finish this last 5:48. Again, Westwood up 35-13. As a father, as a coach, that's something you never want to see, Coach. But it is a violent game. These things happen. You know that. You take that risk on when you sign up to play. It's a little scary, but I think in that situation you have to take every precaution. As I said before, good news. He's waving to the crowd when he comes off, and it's great that we're a part of an organization in this school that believes in the power of prayer, and we could see that at work as the football team huddled for prayer. Both teams huddled for prayer after we left. Many in the crowd praying, and of course we prayed up here to ourselves in the press box. So please be in prayer for Cameron Combach as he begins his recovery and healing from his little injury. And I just want to pray for his parents too, because I know that's scary. Yeah. And I don't mean to laugh about it, but it's I feel so relieved that you're a scary moment that he seemed like he's going to probably be okay.
Just those things put everything into perspective.
Absolutely.
And Cameron's a physical player,
no doubt, and tough joker too. So he'll but again, look like positive news coming off the field that he was, maybe out of a game or two, but he looks like he's going to be okay. So back to the action. Gatewood with the ball on the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Midline look again. Quarterback 37 running the ball hard. He is going to be a sore individual tomorrow. Again, Landon Wilson, a host of Hornets on the
Brady
tackle.
Greer getting off the pile. I know Cole Miller was kind of at the point of attack, and then Bryant Greer definitely in there. That's midline, so I imagine Seth probably tackled the dive back, and then
pick up about 5, leaves you a long 4 or 5 to get the first down for Gatewood. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock. We're now getting under 5 minutes left in the game.
Gatewood and the Twins, so it could be a pass combo up top to the Twins. So they go outside
veer again to this side. Nowhere to go. Swallowed up.
All right, so getting off of that pile, Cole Miller's in the tackle. At the point of it, Seth Andrews. Number 43 out here. Who was 43? Johnny Mack? Is that John McPherson?
Let's go to the roster. John McPherson didn't wear 43 last year, so that's confusing, but he's wearing 43 this year. So, yes, that is John McPherson.
It throws you the curveball with it. 18 in the JV game. So, really off. You would imagine Gatewood at this point. I mean, they're just running clock, getting out of here.
No doubt. Gatewood picks up the first down on the give there to the fullback, first man through.
Brady and Trey Hardy. Brady Greer and Trey Hardy, 25 on the tackle.
All right, Trey getting back into the game here.
Luke White back into the game.
You can't watch that fullback get those yards up the middle but so many times, Coach, and you're going to want to roll those starters back in. Not that it was anyone's particular's fault. But at this point, the best part about this is tick, tick, tick. And after seeing that very sobering moment of a player laying on the field, both sides just want this game to be done and get on the bus and let's go to the house. Split back look again. Little fake. Quarterback's now going to try to run with it. Oh, great play.
Shoestring tackle by Cole Miller.
Great
Luke
play.
in there and Seth Andrews.
Cole showed you his strength there. He's really got an offensive lineman laying on top of him, but he had a hold of his foot and was able to finish the play by tripping the quarterback up, who has shown over and over again he can just slip out of tackles. The loss of 1 on the play and make it 2nd and a long 11
Cole
for the Gators.
holding his rib cage kind of coming off or his stomach. Hope he's all right. Or maybe
he may have gotten a cleat there in the midsection.
Outside veer. And we got it covered up. We played all the phases.
What a play. He finished the tackle.
Trey
Hardy came up and really read that well and finished the play.
I mean,
in
all
space.
3 phases. We had the dive back, the quarterback, and the pitch man accounted for.
Tick, tick, tick. Down to about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Hornets holding on to that 22-point lead. And it's 3rd and a country mile for the Gators.
I mean, they go trips. They really don't. I mean,
Trips open. The single receiver to the top side. So they try to isolate him in coverage here. Not a great snap. He's in trouble. Slips away, though. Oh, can't seem to corral him. Another tripped. We end up tripping him up, one of our D linemen.
We're just at this point,
and that
everybody's
is
trying to get out of this game. We
Seth
got guys
Andrews.
limping. Hudson's kind of banged up. Seth probably credited with the tackle. I think he tripped him up.
He did, and I think Seth is a little slow to get up, but I think honestly he's just exhausted. He's one of those two-way guys.
Yep.
He and Cole Miller and Luke White play just about every snap, offense and defense, and it's tough when you're a bigger guy to do that. Tanner Roberson plays a lot of defense as well, but he most of his time was spent on offense. But
big 4th down.
Just a fullback give there, running hard up the middle. Again, if I think Gatewood's thought process is, hey, if we score, great. But if not, we'll run out the clock.
Bryant Greer on the tackle, 16. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Coach Kinsler is probably going, you like the 35-13 sound better. So you're hoping to finish it and defend it and not let them get in. Gatewood goes wing T action, Coach.
Oh, rocket toss.
Rocket toss. That is
and
definitely
going nowhere.
not what they do.
No, and you can tell they don't do it because the fullback was in the way. So it's not something they normally do.
Dean Massey, 33 on the tackle.
That's one of those plays there, Coach, that when you see the rocket motion, the deep motion from the halfback, the fullback's offset. So it can either be counter trap going the other way or to the rocket.
Well, it could have been Coach Ratliff is a Georgia Tech grad.
Is that right? Didn't know that. Little Paul Johnson coming out in
paying
there?
a little homage to Paul Johnson.
Under a minute left in the game as we're ticking down. 35-13 Hornets, 2nd and 15 for the Gators. Going to try to go to the air. Throwing the fade.
Left it inside.
Billy Jack Gregory with a great interception.
And probably going to be offensive pass.
There is a flag, and I think it has to be on the offense because I think we had position.
Quarterback's got to leave that ball outside.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of times you don't see this call go the defense's way, but I think we're going to have position there. Great news. Good job. Getting word from some of the coaches coming down from the top with their communications down to the field that they think maybe the comeback injury might have been a slip disc, which is really great news. It's not great in the sense that it happened, but compared to what it could have been, Coach.
Well, I mean, yeah, just seeing him move his arms.
And I'm no doctor, so that so there may be. Wendy Bryan was texting me earlier. She's got a lot of medical training as a paramedic, trained paramedic and firefighter, and she may be laughing at me right now. I think, but I would think in my limited knowledge, a slip disc is a lot better than what it could have been for sure.
Coach, that makes 2 of us.
The limited knowledge is there what?
All of the above. Limited knowledge, not a doctor.
Tackled there by Dean Massey with another tackle. He's had a good night tonight, ticking under 30 seconds.
Gatewood wanted to get in.
They want that score to show.
Well, the power rankings, I guess the way the algorithms work.
Spike the ball to stop the clock. It's going to leave them 3rd down and 3.
Coach, that tells you how we're stuck in our old ways. Don't even consider that, the game's changed now when you start thinking about computer formulas and rankings and scores.
That's correct. We're used to the old, hey, all the games before region schedule are preseason. So you're just trying to get better for those last 4,
They're spitting another score, wanting to spit another score into that computer. And
well, this is a quality win for the Hornets. I can tell you that, regardless of what the final score is. We'll be going into our very brief post-game show here in about 18 seconds. I was just giving a little tip to my man JJ over there, so he snuck back down here, sensing the end.
Brady Greer on the tackle and Cole Miller in on it.
And I don't know that they can get off another play. They're about down to 5 seconds now. They're going to try and hurry to get one more shot.
And they go
There's the veer, and we're going to tackle it short of the end zone to end the game. The horn blows. That's a final. 35-13 as we slip into our post-game coverage here, Coach. Great win for the Hornets. It's not a region game, but it sends us into region play. going on the road next week
Right.
to Creekside Christian,
Yep.
who's the record has indicates they've had some struggles this year, and then we'll go to Bethlehem. Welcome Bethlehem here. Okay.